Lynn, thank you so much for joining us today to have a chat about your journey, which is a really interesting journey with Galen. So, first of all, I want to really ask you your name and whereabouts are you based in the country?
Well, my name is Lynn Patton, and I am based in Buckingham, so
In
in North
Buckingham.
Buckinghamshire, yes.
Lovely. So many of us can't put that on the map, but I have a clue where that is, absolutely.
Yes.
And how long have you been studying with us?
Well, I think I've completed it's taken me 3 years to get through it all, and I've just done the Viva. I think that's how you pronounce it, the
Yes, it
vet
is.
Viva.
Yeah,
So I think I'm pretty much done
you're done.
with all the coursework. Yes. So yes, I think
Amazing.
I'm. Yeah. See what
We're
happens
about
next.
to let you run free,
Yes,
which
which is
is
very exciting.
very exciting, very exciting. So why did you originally then decide to train with us?
Because of one of my dogs,
Right?
Lucy. Yes, I can't remember how old she was now at the time, about 11 maybe. But for a
Okay.
while, I'd noticed she was not a happy dog. She was obviously not happy with her body.
Right.
And we found out she'd had cruciate issues. She had surgery on that. She had, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, spondylosis.
Spondylosis. Yeah.
Spondylosis.
Yeah.
So she had a roach back, and I was now when I look back, I can see all the things that I've learned. I can put them in place with her, all the
Yeah.
compensatory postural and movement things that she was doing. And I was just looking for ways to support her and help her, and came across you,
Ah.
and saw the DSP, the distance support program, and I thought, well, let's give this a try. I just wanted to help her. She was such a lovely dog, and I couldn't believe, Jill, honestly, just the difference that made to her.
Oh.
I mean, with your support, because obviously you taught me through it and guided me through and all of that. And the 3 sessions I did under your guidance, she changed. I mean, there were some of them were little changes, but as you said at the time, those little changes to us are significant
Yeah.
for them. And her eyes had brightened, and I thought, my
Yeah.
goodness, this is just amazing.
I
And
remember
that's
you
what it
saying,
was.
well, it's wonderful, and it's a wonderful story. And I think one of the big changes was that she started playing and rolling. Is that
She
right?
did. Yes, she did.
And she's just,
She
should we
was
have a quick
much,
look at her? Because
yes.
she's just stunning dog. I mean, sadly, she's no longer with you, is she?
She isn't, no, unfortunately.
No.
But no, she was
Beautiful girl.
lovely. She was very brave. Well, as lots of dogs are, she was very brave, very stoic.
Mm,
And we had another dog at the time as well. They had a strange relationship. I wouldn't have said they were best friends. They didn't play together as such, but they went along in a separate ways. But if one was ill, the other one always knew. So I also knew from my other dog, Molly, that something was not right with Lucy. She was also telling
interesting.
me something's not right.
You're
So
obviously a great listener, Lynn, because these little nuances that our dogs throw up, sometimes they are little, but other times they're quite big and they can get missed, can't they?
yes, well, I certainly know that now from what I've learned over the last few years, that yes, you do have to take note, and there are lots of different ways and techniques you can use for you as an owner to
Mm,
keep. I don't want to say keep tabs, but just keep your eye
yeah,
on your dog, as
absolutely.
whether it's taking photographs or videos, or just making a mental note. You'll
Absolutely.
pick up these little things. But yeah, Molly also too showed me that something's not quite right with Lucy.
Brilliant.
So
So
yes,
doing the distance support, that's brilliant. And I do remember Lucy very well. In fact, I
yeah,
remember most of my DSP cases because we just love it when guardians like yourself go, wow, I've learned how to help my own dog. So it's a lot. We love that program. So that program is one thing, but then you decided to take the big leap, and it is
I
quite a big
did. Yes.
to actually train with us. So what was it that made you take you're looking back? What made you
uh,
take that leap?
I think because in the short space of time that what I'd done with Lucy had
Mm,
been so immediately effective. It had an immediate effect.
right.
Um,
That's incredible.
and also finding out more about the course, I loved that positive pact. That was a huge thing as well, about giving the dog the autonomy and the making them feel, empowering them and the owner. It's all part of the owner, the ownership. It's not just the dog, it's the whole, the whole thing. That was important. And that brings in my sort of yoga background, is that was part of what I was already doing with yoga therapy for special needs, all very much about empowerment of not just the child or the young person involved, but the family, who are often under so much pressure already, to see that there are ways that you can empower that child or the dog by just doing little things regularly, making small changes, adaptations, or whatever it is, and can have a big effect.
I mean, that's just fascinating that connected, and we find this a lot, that a lot of the human work, and sometimes not just the mainstream human work, but specific yoga for children with special needs, those filter in with our ethics, for one thing, but also practice. I find that wonderfully validating as well, and really lovely to know and want to know more about that.
Yes, I think everybody should, who sort of works in that, as you said, that sort of ethical framework, that we're not there to do it for whoever it is you're helping, to do it for them. It's much stronger when they're able to find that and feel the power for themselves. So if it doesn't feel right for the dog, they can take themselves away. And the same thing with a child, even if they may not be mobile, you can pick up from them that they are not happy, they want you to stop, or it's all about picking up those signals. And if they do want you to stop, you stop. Absolutely. And then you try something else, or you stop for that time. It's so much more powerful that way.
Yeah, that is a very, very direct comparison, because of course dogs can't articulate in the way that we always understand, in other words, verbally. And of course it's even more difficult when a dog is not so mobile. So we've got the double whammy, if you like. We've got to anticipate and read what they're saying. But as you were saying, which is really interesting, if children can't verbalize that, you have to pick up on those nuances. So that is such a direct comparison. And as I said, it's fascinating to hear that.
It was fascinating for me too, to see that it's I would say parallel, but it all comes together. It all comes together. The whole thing is just so fantastic. It's an application for any living thing, sentient being. You have, if you give that feeling of empowerment, that feeling of engagement, it's huge.
I don't think we realize how powerful our own autonomy is until it's taken away. And that is it's identical to being put in prison, isn't it? When you can't make decisions and you can't have a voice. And then we understand how important autonomy is, because I do think, and you've articulated it so well, I think sometimes some people do grapple with understanding what we mean by choice in our treatments, but I think you've articulated it so well by pulling in this direct comparison.
It is very, very important. And the other thing that, again, that became apparent during the course, and then when I came towards the end doing the case studies, is that we think that often we're trying to make the dog or the person feel better. We want them to feel better in their body, to have a better way of life and everything. But I think the important thing to consider also is that we should not just assume that is going to be immediate good feeling for the dog or the child, because they get used to something. They get used to discomfort, get used to a pattern or something like that. And if you go in and to do this and say, oh, whoosh, that you should feel fantastic now, that's a big change, and it might be a bit scary to start with. So as well as that you can actually share something good and you can really make a positive change, you have to be really careful that you take the dog or the young person with you on that, to make them understand that, yes, things are going to change. Might not be nice today, but it might be next time it'll be better, next time. So that was fantastic for me to help me understand that too.
And again, you've articulated that whole treatment journey so brilliantly. Lynn, thank you so much for your time and your insights, and for sharing your story. It's been a joy having you as a student, and I am so excited for the people of Buckingham that are going to have another wonderful therapist that they can call upon to help their dog. So thank you very, very much for giving us your time today and your insight.
That's absolutely, yeah, my pleasure. And you've all been a wonderful team, and it's been a great experience to do the course, and hopefully looking very excited to what's going to come next.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much, Lynn. Well,
my pleasure.
We'll catch up soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.